the vast silence of the Wei mansion, a little girl sat on the floor, staring at the window. Her name was Lan, the autistic daughter of one of China's most powerful men. 2 years. That's how long it had been since she last spoke. And then, that afternoon, a new therapist arrived. Aisha. Her voice was soft. Her eyes are kind. She didn't speak in commands. She simply sat beside the child and whispered, "It's okay, Lan. You don't have to talk. Just breathe with me." Slowly, Lan reached out and touched her wrist. Wei, standing by the door, froze. His voice cracked for the first time in years. "She touched you. She's never done that before." Aisha smiled faintly. Sometimes, healing begins with trust, not words. And that was how the storm began. 2 years earlier, the fire had taken everything, including Wei's wife. Lan had survived, but her world had gone silent. Wei built companies, empires, everything, except peace in his own home, until Aisha arrived. She didn't use expensive equipment or complicated therapy plans. She sang African lullabies, painted, danced barefoot on the grass. And slowly, Lan began to hum along. It happened one evening. Aisha tripped on the carpet, almost falling face first. Lang Yitger. The sound was fragile, uncertain, but it was a laugh. Wei stood in shock, tears forming before he could stop them. "You've done more in a week than others did in 2 years, he whispered. Aisha only smiled. Maybe she just needed someone to see her. That night, Wei couldn't sleep. He kept hearing that laugh. The sound of his daughter finding light again, and the echo of Aisha's voice that wouldn't leave his mind. Days turned into weeks. Every time Wei passed the therapy room, his gaze lingered on Aisha, her patience, her laughter, her light. He told himself it was admiration, but deep down, it was something else. One stormy evening, lightning cracked outside. Lang screamed, "Terrific!" Aisha rushed to her, holding her tight. Wei watched her whisper gently until the girl calmed in her arms. Afterward, she turned and found him staring. "You're incredible," he murmured. "I'm just doing my job," she said. "No," he replied, voice breaking. "You're bringing us back to life." The silence that followed was electric, forbidden, and alive. One evening, after a family dinner, Lan looked up innocently. "Daddy, can Aisha stay forever?" Aisha's heart clenched. Wei's eyes softened. Later that night, as she tried to leave, he caught her wrist. "Aisha, I haven't felt anything in years. Not until you." "Wei, don't. I'm your employee, your daughter's therapist. You're the woman who gave me my daughter back." Their words fell away, and for a single, dangerous heartbeat, they kissed. Rumors spread. Whispers filled the house. Wei's sister called her a gold digger. Aisha couldn't bear it. "I can't stay, Wei," she said, trembling. "If I do, they'll destroy you." He reached for her hand. "You're running away." "No," she whispered. "I'm saving you." And she walked away, leaving behind the man she'd healed, and the child who finally knew how to laugh. Lan stopped laughing. Wei threw himself back into work. The house became quiet again. Every night, Wei stood by the window, watching the empty garden swing where Aisha once sat with Lan. He had power, wealth, and success, but no heartbeat left inside. Until one morning, a small letter arrived, written in a child's handwriting. "Daddy, I wrote to Aisha. Please, don't be sad anymore." The car pulled up months later. Aisha stepped out, the same gentle smile, the same storm in her eyes. Lan saw her first, and ran straight into her arms. "Aisha, you came back." "Of course," she whispered. "You called me." Wei stood frozen in the doorway. "You came back," he said quietly. "She needed me," Aisha replied. "We both did." Over the weeks that followed, Aisha worked again with Lan. But this time, her laughter came easier, brighter. And every time Aisha smiled, Wei felt something inside him heal too. One night, under the garden lights, he whispered, "You didn't just heal my daughter, Aisha. You healed me." Aisha met his gaze, eyes shining. "Then maybe it's time we both stopped running." And when he kissed her again, it wasn't forbidden anymore. It was forgiveness. Rose. Sometimes, when life gives us a second chance, it doesn't come with fireworks. It comes quietly, in the shape of a familiar smile. Sun behind small cloud. Aisha stood at the gate of the Wei mansion again, her hands trembling. 2 years had passed. 2 years since she left everything. Her job, her heart, her peace. The wind carried the faint scent of jasmine, land's favorite flower. And before Aisha could knock, a small voice cried out, "Aisha!" Lan ran into her arms, taller now, stronger, but her laughter still the same. Aisha hugged her tightly. "You've grown, my butterfly." Then she looked up and saw him, way older, sharper, but those eyes still carried the same storm. "Welcome back," he said softly. "You're still as stubborn as I remember." Aisha smiled faintly. "And you're still as proud." Their silence said everything their hearts didn't. That evening, Aisha began therapy with Lan again. She noticed something new. Lan was talking now, but sometimes she'd stop suddenly and stare at the window. "What do you see when you look there?" Aisha asked. "Mommy," Lan whispered. "I still talk to her." Aisha knelt beside her. "That's okay, sweetheart. Sometimes love doesn't leave. It just changes shape." Wei stood in the hallway unseen, listening. Every word Aisha spoke melted something cold inside him. Later that night, Wei insisted she stay for dinner. It felt awkward at first. The silence, the memories, the way their eyes kept meeting. Lan filled the air with chatter about her new school and her dreams. Then she blurted, "Daddy, why don't you smile like when Aisha was here before?" Wei choked slightly. Aisha looked down, her cheeks warm. "Maybe," she said gently, "he forgot how." "Then you should teach him again," Lan replied innocently. Their laughter broke the tension, but Wei's eyes told another story. He didn't forget. He'd just been waiting for her to come back. Broken heart. It was past midnight when Aisha heard soft footsteps outside her guest room. Wei stood there, holding 2 cups of tea. "Couldn't sleep?" he asked. "Neither could you," she replied. They sat under the veranda, listening to the rain. "After you left," Wei said quietly, "I thought I hated you for walking away, but the truth is, I hated myself for letting you go." Aisha's throat tightened. "You had to protect your family's name." "What good is a name?" he whispered. "If the house behind it is empty?" Silence. Then he looked at her. Eyes soft, voice raw. "You healed my daughter once, Aisha, but it's me who never recovered." Her eyes filled with tears. "Wei, don't start what you can't finish." "Who says I can't?" And for the second time his lips met hers. Slower, surer, real. Cloud with rain kiss mark. Days passed like dream sequences. Aisha and Wei found themselves drawn closer again. Morning walks, shared laughter, quiet dinners. But then, one afternoon, a black car stopped at the gate. From it stepped Mei Lin, Wei's sister, the woman who'd once accused Aisha of ruining the family name. "You're back?" she sneered. "Some lessons are hard to learn." Aisha stood tall. "I didn't come back for your approval. I came for Lan." Wei's voice cut in, low but firm. "And for me." His sister froze. "Wei, enough," he said. "You've controlled this house long enough. Aisha belongs here as much as any of us." Aisha turned to him, stunned. For the first time, he chose her. Publicly, proudly. That night, Aisha found Wei in the garden where it all began. The swing swayed gently under the stars. "You didn't have to stand up for me," she said softly. "Yes, I did," he replied. "Because this time, I'm not letting you walk away." She smiled, eyes glistening. "Then let's make sure Lan never has to feel that silence again." Wei took her hand. Months later, rain fell again. But this time, it was joyful. Under the old garden tree, Aisha stood in a soft ivory dress. Lan held the flowers, smiling so wide it lit up the world. Wei's voice trembled as he whispered his vows. "You healed us both. And now I promise, this time, I'll heal you too." Tears mixed with rain as he kissed her, and Lan clapped, laughing, the sound that had once been lost to. A year later, Aisha's healing garden had expanded, a sanctuary for children with special needs. Lan was now a mentor to younger kids, and Wei, often late from work, always came home to laughter, paint on the walls, and love in every corner. Aisha, a compassionate therapist with a quiet strength, returns to the Grand Wei mansion after 2 long years, the same place where she once lost her heart and her peace. Her task is simple: to help Lan, the sweet autistic girl who had stopped speaking after her mother's death. But life rarely keeps things simple. From the moment Aisha walks through that gate again, memories flood back: the laughter, the fire, and the forbidden feelings that once burned between her and Wei, Lan's father. Lan, once silent, begins to open up again under Aisha's gentle care. Her words return, her smile glows brighter, and with every small step Lan takes, Wei's guarded heart begins to heal too. But healing comes with a cost. As Aisha brings light back into their home, Wei realizes what he lost when she left: not just a therapist, but the woman who made him feel alive again. Their connection deepens through quiet dinners, midnight talks under the rain, and the unspoken understanding that love can be both healing and dangerous. Yet, when Wei's sister tries to force Aisha out again, claiming she's unworthy, Wei does what he never did before. He stands up for her. He chooses her. In that moment, everything changes. The mansion that once echoed with loneliness fills with laughter, warmth, and a new kind of family. Finally, under a soft rain, the same kind that once witnessed their pain, Wei and Aisha marry in the garden, with Lan throwing petals and smiling wide. Together, they rebuild what was broken. Not a perfect life, but a beautiful one. Thanks for watching. If you like the story, please like and share. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates. Drop a comment with your location so I can create more stories just for you.